The Key High Hawks defeated West Central last week, 60-8, making it a happy homecoming in Lansing. Head coach Chad Winters joining us and looking at the stat sheet from that game. Coach, 11 completed passes, 7 for touchdowns. In the biz, we call that efficiency, correct?
Yeah, it was very efficient. Dalton ended up tying a school record. Carter ended up tying a school record. 7 touchdown passes, 5 touchdown catches. Go back in 21 with Damon Weber and Dalton Dybert, but they hit some big plays. Dalton was pretty amped up to start the game. Had quite a few overthrows at the beginning of the game and warm ups. Actually, we didn't help him out a whole lot. Probably had 3 or 4 drops and those 8 incompletions too. But very, very efficient. Got going on the right leg and put the game away early.
And Dalton proved he was a threat in the running game as well with 90 yards. How has he developed all facets of his game since the beginning of the season?
Just much more comfortable. That quarterback spot is very demanding. Kids knowing what they need to do when they need to do it. Trying to read a defense, knowing where their guys are going to be at, making sure our timing's in place, knowing which way to go on certain ball fakes, and he's just gotten more comfortable as the season's gone on, and it continues to show. He's a good athlete, so spread him out, put people in space, and kind of make them cover the entire field, not just between the hashes.
And when you're facing a 1-5 team, I'd imagine one of the things you don't want to give them at all is any confidence to hang with you and make it a game longer than you want it to. And when you get out to a 40-0 lead at the end of the first quarter, you took care of that. What did you credit the good start to?
That was kind of a point of emphasis all week. The last 2 games, Don Bosco, Riceville, we dug ourselves in 20-0 holes, both games. And guys got to quit doing this. You know what we need to do. You need to step up, be ready to go from the get go, and they rose to the challenge. Now they gotta show that they can do it more than one time. We got to continue to do that.
And looking at this week, it ends up being your final district game. I know math can play out many different ways with some teams having 2 district games remaining, you guys having 1. But for the most part, is it just the message this week? Get off to that good start and take care of business and let the chips fall where they may.
Yep, that's about all we can control, and that's kind of what we told the guys at the end of the night on Friday night. We need to control what we can control. We can't control who beats who's got different teams left to play, not only in our district, but other districts when all of a sudden wild cards come into play, tiebreak scenarios come into play. Go out, try to win by 17 plus. That's ultimately what we want to try to do week in and week out to make sure that our point differential where it needs to be. And if we go in with the same mindset we did this last week, okay, that's the whole focus. Do it again, do it again, do it again.
Trying to keep the math as simple as possible because algebra is more tough than straight math, right?
You're not wrong there. There's so many different scenarios that can play out throughout the 10 districts in the state of Iowa with 3 teams and 4 teams in each district, and have a lot clearer look at it after this coming Friday night's games. That's for sure.
And Central Elkader, your opponent this week. What are you expecting out of the Warriors?
I tell you what, they're a very young team. They play a ton of freshmen and sophomores. They're getting better as the season goes on. I know they've been a little bit banged up. We do kind of have a connection with their coach. He's a former player of one of the assistants here. So Ben's working through that. It's never easy when you have to play a bunch of young guys. It makes things extremely difficult. You got to stay positive with them. Try to get them understanding what you want them to do. Not so much different than the position that we put a lot of our guys in the last year, and it's paid huge dividends this year. And I think that's what they got to continue to look at there. And they got some good young players that are coming up. They're freshmen and sophomores. It's tough when you're playing juniors and seniors.
But obviously, things moving in a better direction, fielding a varsity schedule this year as compared to struggling to do so for them the last couple of years.
Yes, most definitely. And you want to see those juniors and seniors get the opportunity to finish their high school career. I mean, those are memories that kids take with them for the rest of their life. And anytime that opportunity gets taken away, you kind of feel for those kids. I mean, you want to see that opportunity be given to them. And so far this year, they've been able to do that, which is really good to see.
All right, Coach. Hopefully you can keep it on the right path to keep your kids healthy. We wish best of luck Friday night.
Thanks, Darren.
Head coach Chad Winters joining us, Key High and Central Ocator here in week number 7.